It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Detroit, where the Pistons will be going up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, more than solid play for them of late. 7 wins in their last 10 outings, making their mark and playing well. And a lot of stars on display every night in the NBA, but tonight we're going to be focusing on Blake Griffin. Guys, we see more and more forwards acting as a playmaker for their teams, and he's as good a passer as any.
Yeah, he can make great passes out the post. One of the few point forwards that could run the break. I love this guy when he gets on the break. He's going to bang on your face.
Well, Griffin, he just doesn't get enough credit for how well he reads the defense. He actually played point guard all the way through high school. So that's why he handles the ball pretty well, and he can act as a playmaker.
That's why we like to have you here, because you come up with gems like that.
Well, always a gem. You want another gem? The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
You mean like when Ernie tripped me on the set that day and I fell?
No, when I threw you in a Christmas tree. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, coming up shortly, tip-off. Kevin Harlan standing by.
Oh, say.
It's time for some hoops at Little Caesars Arena, home of the Pistons. And we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. The Detroit Pistons come into this one following a loss, guys, to Toronto. You know, guys, you hate to get embarrassed on your home court, but that's exactly what happened. It was a tough loss for them.
And unfortunately for them, they just ran into a hot shooting team and really had no answer.
Well, they still should have been more active on defense, giving those guys a run for their money.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, Stan Van Gundy has coached the likes of Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal, and Dwight Howard. But he said, as a rebounder, Andre Drummond is as good as anybody, if not the best that I've ever been around. He just goes out and gets the ball. Drummond said, it's just a will. The will to get the ball most people won't jump for. I just put myself out there. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. And Drummond is just a hulk of a man. He's really the backbone of this team. These teams have no problem, Steve, going to work on the block, working down low. You can expect, I'm sure, a lot of post-ups as we get this one going.
Yeah, they love to play through the post. They look at basketball like the old school way. If we can draw a double team, that opens it up for wide open shots. But they figure the game is won down there in the trenches, right there on the left and the right block.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. And it's Holiday in at the small forward. Levine, here's Lopez. He can't get it to go. Good D by Drummond. Chicago on defense. Keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And you know, when everyone's working together, taking care of their roles, it just makes the game easier.
You know what? We got to see what this offense is capable of. When they get into a rhythm, man, watch out.
And here are the Bulls now. Dunn kicks to Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. Shot from 12. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Pistons have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Smith outside. Feeds to Griffin. Lopez with the block.
And that is the length of Robin Lopez on display.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. One of the most impressive things about Blake Griffin is, Greg, when he gets out and runs the open floor.
Yeah, not to mention his ability to run the break himself. A terrific ball handler, even under pressure, and one of the best passers at the 4 in the league, if not the best.
Griffin doesn't do it as often anymore, but he is still one of the top dunkers in the league. He just rises up and finishes with a lot of power. There was a time when he was good for a poster dunk every game.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Smith kicks to Griffin. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
A guy like Blake Griffin, it's hard to just contest because he's usually going to rise above you.
And Steve Griffin's still a fantastic dunker, as you said, but it's something he's done less and less as he's grown as a player.
Yeah, you think of him, and you will, as one of the best dunkers of all time, but he's not really doing that a lot anymore. It's better for his game long-term to switch off trying to slam it home every time and just play the game at a great level.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And you're going to have to foul Robin Lopez harder than that. He's just too strong.
Chicago shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. On the free throw, no good. And the bad boy Pistons, perhaps the greatest group this franchise has put together, and also one of the most memorable in the history of the NBA. Smitty, you played against some of those guys. What was that like?
Well, first of all, Kevin, I got a chance to grow up in Detroit, watching these guys, being around them, being able to practice. I mean, they were a total tight group. They had some great characters in Lambeer and Rodman and Sally and Dumars and Isaiah and the microwave, but they played extremely hard. And obviously the style of play was defense, defense, rebound, and put you on your butt.
Now here's oh,
yes, goodness. The creativity, extreme athleticism. You see why Zach's won the dunk contest multiple times.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another unleash chaos moment. Here's Smith. Outside Griffin. They get it again. Drummond. Good D by Lopez. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Holiday dishes to Dunn. Dives for it. In the corner, it's Levine. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Levine's got 7 points in the game.
And you can see he's got a little bounce in his step. 3 out of 4 to start.
They set the screen. Smith kicks to Drummond. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
In attack mode inside, the best of Drummond comes out when he's being decisive.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. The dish to Levine. Pass to Holiday. And he banks in the layup. Holiday's got his first points of the game.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
Now here's Drummond. He's coming off a 22-point game against Toronto.
And he wreaked havoc on defense with 4 steals for the game.
Pass to Dunn. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
To the middle. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Holiday against Smith. The shot by Holiday, no good. Pistons trailed by 4. Picked by Griffin. Smith, the pass to Drummond. Here's Griffin. That's tipped. Outside Levine. Here's the 3. Chicago working now with a new shot clock. 2 points. That one goes. Lopez has got his second basket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Detroit's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Smith outside. Drummond with a screen on Levine. Pass to Griffin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Markkanen. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 7 points for Blake Griffin.
I love the effort by Blake Griffin down on the block, making it look very easy.
Dunn dishes to Markkanen. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. On the wing, Levine. The feed to Dunn. Fires for 3. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Shoots. Again, Griffin missing.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Now, here's Dunn. 11 points for him in that last game against Memphis.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Griffin. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, Smitty, we're in an era where there are just a handful of absolutely unreal scorers in the league. But if you had to pick one who makes it look the easiest or the best, who's your pick?
You're right. You have so many guys, Harden, Durant, Westbrook. But the one guy I think it makes it look the easiest, I would probably have to say Klay Thompson, because he doesn't need anything but to catch and shoot. And he's getting not just 20s and 30s, but he can go off for 60, 50s and 60s. That's the guy that makes it look the easiest.
G, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Griffin had a chance to score that one, but he saw a teammate wide open, so he kicked it to him for a nice one.
G passes to Grant. He feeds it to G. Conley kicks to Grant. Conley dishes to Grant. And Galloway pulls it down.
Ooh, you know that's one he liked to have back. Point blank range, and he missed it.
Kicks it to Vonleh. In the corner, Valentine with it. Vonleh, the pass to Valentine. G dishes to Vonleh. Offline with his 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
The Pistons trailing. Here's Galloway. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers should have been avoided. And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Nelson kicks to Griffin. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Valentine sinks that one from the post. Now it's a 6-point Bulls lead.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And here's Nelson. He averages about 5 points a game. Ennis kicks to Griffin. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Shoots a 3. No good from Grant. Detroit's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Inside. Griffin inside. Working on Portis. And a look here at the shot chart for the Pistons.
And there isn't a whole lot of positives that you can take away from his performance from the mid-range game so far. A lot of chances have come up empty for him, but he seems intent on taking jumpers out there. Something's got to give.
He's incredibly difficult to guard, Blake Griffin. He's 6'10", 250-something pounds. He has size, but he also has quickness like a guard.
And the Bulls making a change here. Zipser's checked in. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And while we got a chance, we'll get some numbers for Valentine. Averaging 9 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles. Carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
Offensive rebound. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. It goes on Noah Vonleh.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Pistons have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. And Lure drops them both. You know, Stephen, I think of Stan Van Gundy, I think of versatile, because we all know he's the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, but he's in charge of all their personnel moves, too. This guy's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, he does. I mean, when you start to look at it, he's wearing 2 hats. And one thing, he's doing a good job trying to run this organization from a management standpoint and also from a coaching standpoint. So far, so good for Stan.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Free throw drops for Ennis. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Nelson. And Ennis drops them both.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
The pass to Valentine. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Those defenders just looked a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Picked by Griffin. Galloway dishes to Johnson. Vonleh with the rebound.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Grant, right side. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. Chicago shooting their 2nd and 3rd shots at the line right here. And the first one drops. And Grant drops them both. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There's Galloway. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pistons passing it around. And the 3 off target. The Bulls leading by 5. There's a good screen. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Passes it to Zipser. Just 5 on the clock. Here's G. And Griffin sends it back.
Griffin has great timing. That's the reason why he blocked that shot.
Here's Galloway. And so it's Chicago, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll return shortly. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far? Chicago leading. They've got John Lure. He's out there with Griffin. Ennis out there with Johnson. And it's Galloway in at the point guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Dishes it to Johnson. Another shot. Got a piece of it. Here's G. An 11-point game for him in the win against Memphis. Pass to Zipser. Second chance shot. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Let's pop over to our 2K leaderboard to see which power forwards and centers have had the most productive last month offensively. 4th, Blake Griffin.
You know, there are different styles among those big men, but they have one thing very much in common. They can dominate offensively. Face up or back to the basket, they can get it done.
The other thing they have in common is that killer instinct. Every one of these guys wants the ball down low. They want to be the #1 option on every trip down the court.
Galloway kicks to Lure. Now here's Griffin. He's guarded closely. Lays it up off the glass. Griffin's got 12 points in the game.
He has the ability to get hit, stay up in the air, and to finish at the rim, Blake does.
Out left to the wing. Grant outside. He dishes it to G. Launches a three. Doesn't go that time. The Pistons go the other way with it. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And even at this level of basketball, players are still developing their ability to handle and finish with their offhand. What was that process, Steve, like for you?
I think when you start to look at basketball, if you're a right-handed player, coaches always will talk defensively, push him left. And most of the times you're going to get pushed to your offhand. And if you're starting to make the team pay with your offhand, then they'll play you more honest. And then you'll have advantage because you can go right or left. But when teams and defenders understand you can't go to your offhand, that's to where you're going. So the more you can work on that left hand, if you're right-handed, that makes the defense more honest.
Was that a career-long thing for you? Did it take you the length, or was it something that you established early in your career and just kind of carried through your many years in the league?
It was pretty good because I worked on it, Kevin, but I would think I was probably still about 70-30, maybe 60-40. The guys that are 50-50, when you, no matter where you push them and they can make plays, a guy that I look at, Mike Conley, his floaters left and right, there's no difference. It's hard to guard guys like that.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Kennard, he's checked in for the Pistons. Smith comes in for Langston Galloway. Pass to Kennard. Lure the screen. Stolen by Markkanen. Here's Valentine, and that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Valentine's got 6 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
There's the pick. Smith the pass to Johnson. Back to Smith. Levine against Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Smith kicks to Lure. From deep, Johnson. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5. The Bulls leading by 7. Feeds to Lopez. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Lopez has got 5 points now this quarter.
That's nice patience by Zach LaVine, finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
On the wing, Johnson, guarded by Levine. Smith outside. From 17 feet out. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Taking what the defense offers up, Smith with good vision there finds the open man.
Now here's Valentine. He's guarded by Johnson. And the dunk by Lopez.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Some guys, they just know how to get away with it, and some don't.
And the Pistons making a change here. Bullock's checked in. Justin Holiday's checked in for the Bulls. Chris Dunn comes in for Grant. Levine dishes to Dunn. And it's Lure with the rebound.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Outside Holiday. There's a screen. Levine kicks to Holiday. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And they struggled a bit at the line in the first quarter, but they have been terrific in the second, up to almost 85% overall. And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Markkanen.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Lure the pass to Smith, and there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul. Smith dishes to Johnson. Back to Smith. Johnson the screen. Clock at 6. Here's Kennard. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Outside, Levine. Dunn kicks to Levine. Lopez inside. We're covering. Dunn wide open. He fires. No good on the triple.
Not a big threat from out there. You see why the defense backed off a little.
Bullock passes to Smith. Lure the screen. Smith dishes to Lure. The pass to Kennard. Good D by Lopez.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Levine kicks to Holiday. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Jameer Nelson's checked in for Detroit. For Chicago, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And Smitty, would you ever be interested in joining a team as a general manager or a personnel guy in a front office in the league?
I would, Kevin. I mean, I love everything about the game of basketball, and obviously played it, been in broadcasting. But a GM role is something I've always talked about, coaching, front office, whatever it may be. I'll be happy because I'm in the game of basketball. And then, Kevin, if I get that job, are you coming with me?
I'm always with you, by your side and ready to go. But let me ask you, when you were playing, Steve, did you consciously think, hey, someday I might be a coach, or I'd like to sit up in the stands and evaluate talent? Does it go through your mind in the throes in the middle of your career?
Yes, it does. And a lot of the guys, I would say my mentors, one was Lenny Wilkins. He did a fantastic job. Player coach at one time. I've talked a lot to him. My wife and Joe Dumar's wife are sisters, so me and Joe have a close relationship. Pat Riley, I picked the brains of the best, and hopefully one day I'll get that chance, and hopefully I'll make that move. But right now, I'm loving what I'm doing.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. And now let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard as we've gotten into the second half of the season. These teams have become better and better, scoring points off turnovers. Number 5, the Bulls.
Their defense has taken on a new life since the break. I mean, they're getting into teams, forcing turnovers, and they look like a different group.
Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
And Dunn is spectacular, seeking contact and getting it. Even more impressive that he makes these shots as well.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
Yeah, not a fan of moral victories, but that game in a lot of ways was a confidence booster for them because they really didn't have it that night and yet still had a chance.
It's a testament to their character. They never gave up and fought their way back into it. They have to be happy with that at least.
Lure the screen. Off the screen. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Portis from beyond the arc and then some. Portis has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
Here's Kennard, guarded by Levine. Here's the teardrop, and it's sent back by Lopez. Dunn passes to Levine. He gets that one. Levine's got 11 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
A shot by Griffin, nobody around. And again, unable to change momentum here.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
Portis kicks to Levine. Holiday attacking. Tries again, and it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Nelson kicks to Bullock. Lure a screen on Holiday. And it's Bullock missing and out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Griffin.
Well, we know that this team can shoot a lot better from deep. But tonight it's just not there for them. They can keep firing and hope they can shoot their way out of this funk. But if they continue to shoot it like they have from beyond the arc thus far, they'll just be beating themselves.
Nelson with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
He's made 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight. Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. James Ennis comes in for Reggie Bullock, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Kennard. Chicago also making some changes. Noah Vonleh comes in for Robin Lopez, and G's subbed in for Dunn. Nelson outside. He kicks it to Lure. 6 to shoot. Back to Nelson. Oh, Griffin in position, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Levine for 3. Rebound by Ennis. Pistons trail by 20. There's the dish to Galloway. The feed to Nelson. Picked by Griffin. High arcing shot. It's tipped. Here's G. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
Kicks it to Lure. Back to Nelson. He feeds it to Galloway. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
Trying to get his man back for the last 3. It helps to not make this personal.
From deep. Rebound, Detroit. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
It takes an effort on both ends of the floor, and you have to find the right matchups to exploit.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Nelson outside. Passes it to Lure. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Galloway. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's the Chicago Bulls holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Fred Hoiberg. Coach, your team set the tone defensively in that first half. What stood out to you most at that end of the floor?
Just overall activity. We had active hands. We got a lot of deflections. That led to some run-out, easy baskets for us.
Coach, we'll see if they still have that energy in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. Chicago holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, some perspective, please.
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Welcome back, everyone. The lights of Motown reflecting brightly off the Detroit River. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. We've seen Robin Lopez really having a great game.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
He bullied his way inside for a ton of rebounds, and until they get a body on him, he's just going to keep coming at him.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Bulls, Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low, and it's Holiday in at the 3. And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
Griffin. Again, Griffin missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Lopez kicks to Markkanen. Now, here's Dunn. He's guarded closely. Holiday dishes to Markkanen. Puts it up from 12. And the shot no good, a bit short. And, well, Detroit shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
We know how strong Griffin is, but he has the ability also to adjust his body in midair to draw the contact.
So far tonight, he's gone 4 of 6 at the line.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line, 79% overall.
They set the pick. Right side, Holiday. Dunn passes to Holiday. A three-pointer off the mark. Holiday's gone 3 for 8 tonight from the field. Here's Bullock. Dishes to Drummond. And stolen by Dunn. Pass to Markkanen. Shoots over Griffin. Markkanen can't get it to go.
Really, a lack of focus coming out of the break. So far, they are 0 for 3. I love the technique he uses, leveraging his position down low, then just using sheer size to snatch the rebound.
Now, here's Dunn. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. The offensive rebound. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Dunn's got 6.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Smith kicks to Bullock. Pistons passing it around. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
And Holiday has it in the corner. Outside, Levine. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 16 points for Zach LaVine.
Great play to run for Zach. Off ball, he's quick to catch and elevate.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Yeah, and his shot selection iffy at best tonight. A lot of forced, contested shots this game. He'll be lucky if he just gets a talking to here instead of a ticket to the bench.
Some changes for Chicago. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Justin Holiday. And it's Jaren Grant in for Zach LaVine. Smith kicks to Griffin, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. No good from Grant.
He got the space he needed, but just blew the layup. It hurts me to see points lost like that.
Smith kicks to Griffin. 14 feet away. Detroit, no good that time either.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Especially in this quarter. He's had a few shots that looked like they would fall, but things haven't gone his way.
Detroit, no good that time either.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Up and in with the jumper near the hoop. Griffin's got 5 points in the quarter.
And that's a good pass by Ish Smith. When he's in there, he does a great job of steering the drink for this offense.
Markkanen dishes to Grant. Markkanen sets the pick for Grant. It's taken away by Smith. Pass to Bullock. And stolen by Dunn. Here's Valentine. Bullock with the rebound. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, sir. Smith outside. He dishes it to Bullock. Screen by Smith. Here's Griffin. 5 to shoot. That doesn't go either for Griffin. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Feeds it to Grant. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
But it can in the painted area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Johnson the screen. Here's Bullock. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Johnson the screen from outside the arc, and the foul called on Blake Griffin. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
Dunn kicks to Valentine and taken away by Johnson. Here's Kennard. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. And the pass to Valentine. Puts it up from 12. Another shot. And the nice bucket inside from Lopez. Lopez has got 15 points.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Johnson outside. To the paint. And then Griffin with the dunk.
And that is in Blake Griffin's DNA, dunking on guys.
The Bulls shooting straight 49% from the field. Dunn passes to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Now Smith looking for his first basket still in this one. He kicks to Griffin. Shot clock at 6. Back to Smith. With his first shot attempt, Valentine grabs the board.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Grant kicks to Dunn. The dish to Markkanen. And the shot is long.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Now here's Dunn, covered by Smith. The feed to Dunn. And it's Grant in the corner. And the miss, not the best shot selection there.
You know, on a pretty good night for these guys overall, his shooting has been the biggest weakness.
Offensive rebound. Here's Griffin. Lopez with the block. Now here's Markkanen. He's tightly guarded. Makes it off the glass. Markkanen's got 6 points.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's foul number 2 for him. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Vonleh comes in for Markkanen. Paul Zipser, he's checked in for Jaren Grant. And G's subbed in for Chris Dunn. On defense, the Bulls. Galloway kicks to Lure. Right wing. 5 on the clock. Griffin attacking, and he makes good on the layup. Griffin's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
The defense has to be terrified when Blake Griffin makes his mind up to drive it hard.
And Vonleh has it in the corner. No good from outside. Detroit's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Kicks to Galloway. It's stolen by G. Here's the break. Here's Zipser. Oh.
Yes.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Johnson's shot is off. Chicago's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Passes to Vonleh from deep. And it's Lure with the rebound. Lure's got 6 rebounds in the game. Ennis dishes to Griffin. It's good, the assist that time from Ennis. 25 points for Blake Griffin.
He has flat out dominated this quarter, hitting shots at will, yet they still find themselves behind.
Portis kicks to G. He feeds it to Valentine. To the left wing. Here's Zipser. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And checking out the stats for Ennis, how last month turned out for him, averaging about 7 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Drummond's checked in for Griffin, and Nelson is subbed in for Stanley Johnson. Nelson, no luck. Smooth sailing for Chicago. Here's Portis. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
A moment here to see the numbers for Drummond. 2nd in rebounding, 11th in field goal percentage. And he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And again, look what he's done so far this season. Wiping the boards clean, ranking 2nd in the league in rebounds. Outstanding effort. Drummond sets the screen for Nelson. Now here's Ennis. He's tightly guarded. Here's Drummond. Rebound by the Bulls. Levine's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Pass to Portis. Here's Zipser. Here's Vonleh. And the dunk by Vonleh.
Skying high, one of his advantages as a undersized 4.
Detroit's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Nelson, the pass to Galloway. Drummond with a screen on Levine. Lure dishes to Drummond, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Beautiful concentration by Drummond. Takes the hit, drops it in. We'll try to add 1 more at the line.
Justin Holiday's checked in for the Bulls. Free throw, no good for Drummond. For several years, you've looked at Andre Drummond, and the first word that comes to mind is potential. He is still learning, still developing, certainly, but, you know, you wonder, Steve, if he's starting to approach the type of player he's going to be in Plateau.
You know, let's be clear. He's a great player, but people might have overshot what he could have been. Needs to play with a bit more urgency, but he's still young, and he can make another leap in his play.
Holiday attacking. 1 second left, and some nice defense there to end the quarter. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Bulls out front, running away with it. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Let's listen in now to head coach Stan Van Gundy from a few moments ago.
Just relax and play the game. Relax and play the game. Relax and play the game.
In case they forgot that, of course, from very invigorating words from Stan Van Gundy, repeating what he'd like to see more of them right now.
Yeah, and I think Coach feels they're getting too caught up in things that don't matter. Resetting their mindsets here. Let's see if it helps.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. You've got Ennis. Nelson is out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Moreland in at the power forward position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Ellenson kicks to Ennis. Just 5 on the clock. That's tipped, but he recovers it. Nelson with another miss.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And this is the first season where we have ads on jerseys in the NBA with the teams. Gut reaction, Steve, now that you've seen the ads on the jerseys, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I don't like it because I know it's going to start to add up. Well, we're not going to even be able to see the player's name and the logos. It's just going to be ads everywhere. I understand it, but I don't like it.
You know, I can see it for practice jerseys. I can see it maybe when you're selling it retail to the fans. But, I mean, isn't there enough advertising already? I mean, that's one of the great things about keep it as pure as possible. I get the European deal, but there's so much money here, it would seem like this is just an add-on that doesn't need to be added on.
Kevin, I'm totally agreement with you. I think practice jerseys, like you said, selling the jerseys maybe, but I think also maybe at the All-Star game, you can fill those guys up for that one game. But I would love to keep it pure, getting a chance to just see those uniforms the way they are.
It's good.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Dishes it to Vonleh. Here's G, guarded by Nelson. A Sheik. It's deflected. Ennis with the ball. Pass to Nelson. He dishes it to Galloway. Moreland passes to Nelson. Here's Galloway. Takes the 13-footer. Second chance effort. The shot by Moreland, no good.
Uh-oh, he misses the bunny. I think he thought somebody was coming over to contest it.
Count that one from Nwaba.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Nelson dishes to Ellenson. Feeds to Ennis. And off the front iron, and in it goes. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Out to the right wing. Vonleh kicks to G. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. They set the pick. There's the three. The shot that time, not on target. Detroit's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, Steve, with the rise of NBA message boards and increased coverage from beat writers, NBA players have plenty of opportunity to read up on opinions of what people are saying about that player. Is this something that is impossible to avoid? And do some players read fan opinions about themselves? Are they reading these critiques?
Yeah, I think they are. Some players read in too much. Fans have a voice, but you don't have to read the good or the bad. But going back to the beat writers, I think a lot of times a beat writer is one of those guys that you see every day. And you're looking to challenge him when he writes something bad, and also you want to pat him on the back when he writes something good. But I think you got to look at the beat writer and understand he's doing his job. You got to kind of separate that. But a lot of times when there's a beat writer interact with a player, a lot of times it's bad, especially if the beat writer has written something negative toward the player. I wish they could separate those guys, and also the players can separate the beat writers from fans.
Nwaba passes to Zipser. Good on the triple. Zipser's got 6 here in this quarter.
A good screen made all the difference. It led to an open look.
The Pistons have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Now here's Ennis. He's guarded closely. Here's Bikes. Chicago grabs the miss.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Nwaba kicks to Zipser. Now the pass to Nwaba to the inside. Stolen by Ellenson. To the paint. Here's Bikes. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Grant kicks to Vonleh. Well, in the last half-decade or so, the NBA, Steve, has realized the true value of the corner three, and now offenses all over the league are designed to take advantage of it. Part of that is because it's just closer to the rim than any other three-pointer.
Yeah, you're right, and you should. I mean, when you have a three-point arc, yes, the corner threes are going to be shorter, and it's harder from a guy to shoot it from straight on. But when you have a guy that can shoot it straight on, you can see the dynamics of a team defensively. It's hard to cover. But I don't think the NBA should widen the court because of the value of the corner three. That's a part of the game.
Should the lane be widened? Should we talk about the court and making all the threes the same length? What about the lane?
Well, I think you can widen the lane if you change the defensive rules, because right now you're allowed to play zone. If you went back to man-to-man, yes, I think you should widen it. But when teams are allowed to play zone, I think the value of keeping it the same helps the defense a little bit more.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Hasek, and the layup's good off the glass.
But that's an excellent pass. On time, on target. Great teamwork.
Here's Bikes. He kicks it to Ellenson. Now the dish to Moreland. The feed to Bikes. To the left side wing. Passes it to Johnson. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
He tries for 3. No good from Grant.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively.
Nelson kicks to Bikes. Now here's Ellenson. Defense right on him. Ellenson with a screen for Nelson. Releases. That one doesn't go. And the Bulls going the other way now.
There does come a time when you haven't made anything all quarter long. Pass the rock.
Zipser kicks to Grant. Nwaba passes to Hasek. And Hasek throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Nelson kicks to Moreland. Johnson outside. He feeds it to Ellenson. Over Hasek. Ellenson's shot is off.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Nwaba. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul.
Ennis, he's checked in for Dwight Bikes. Well, and each player has their strengths and their weaknesses. Smitty, when you played, what did you feel was your greatest strength as a player? And maybe the one area that held you back a little bit?
I think basketball IQ, being able to shoot the basketball, versatility. And then I think the one thing that held me back, I wish I was more athletic. I really wish I could jump, Kevin, high like a lot of these guys, because I think that gives you an advantage if you have both the IQ, the versatility, and athleticism.
And Vonleh has it in the corner. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Hasek, no good.
That was against good defense. He tried to sneak it in, though. We've seen him do it plenty of times.
Nelson kicks to Moreland. Johnson left side. Fires from 14, and he knocks down the jumper. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
You know, going up against size, you know you have to get separation. Nice move from mid-range.
Nwaba passes to Ashik. Grant kicks to Nwaba. Rebound, Detroit. Moreland's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Johnson down low. Kicks it to Ellenson. Chicago grabs the miss. Here's Nwaba. Pass to Grant. Dishes to Ashik. Grant outside. Pass to Zipser. Here's Nwaba. And he lays it straight in. Nwaba's got 9 points here in the second half.
Soft interior defense. You know he's going to be aggressive.
Here's the screen. Nelson with it. Now defended by Grant. Feeds to Ellenson. Johnson kicks to Ennis. The teardrop falls in.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
Detroit making a switch here. Lures checked in. The Bulls also changing it up. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for David Nwaba. And G's subbed in for Jaren Grant. Now here's Valentine. Not a lot of room. G kicks to Ashik. There's the pass to Valentine. To the right side. Here's G. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Ball's knocked loose. Ashik dishes to G, and the call will be against Jameer Nelson. That is his first foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.